gosh, Tom, I thought it was one of the statues. Hi. Hey, hi, everybody. You came back again. Oh, my goodness gracious. Thanks for being here on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday morning. Wow, I was just kind of getting some leaves away from the statue. Isn't it a great statue? I love this statue. It's Jesus and the children. Wonderful little sign that reminds us of that. Let the children come to me, from St. Matthew. That's the words of Jesus. So it's Jesus and the children. So we like to welcome the kids, especially here at our church, in St. Joseph's Church and Our Lady of Grace Church. So it's a nice statue and a nice way of greeting people, because we're all God's children. So anyway, I'm so happy you're here. I can't believe you're here. If it's okay with you, I'm going to take my mask off because I think we're pretty far away. And I've got my shots, and I hope all your loved ones get their shots too. It's important. And I hope you keep your distance from one another until it's all clear and ready for us to be back the way we were. So anyway, we always start off with a prayer, and it might be appropriate to start with a prayer right next to the statue of Jesus, right, with the children, because Jesus loved the kids so much, and he loves all of us so much. So we'll start off with our usual little song, but I want to put in our hands today, when we sing our opening song, I want to put all our confirmation candidates. Because tonight Bishop Scharfenberger is going to be here at the church. He's going to take care of this group from Immaculate Conception for confirmation. He'll do Our Lady of Grace and St. Joseph's here again at Immaculate in a few weeks. But tonight we have him here for our kids. So let's put those young people in our hands, but really in God's hands. So if you can join me. He's got the whole world in his hands. 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 He's got you and me, sister, in his hands. He's got you and me, brother. In his hands he has all the confirmation students. In his hands he's got the whole world in his hands. What a great way to start, huh? Especially outside in the sun. So we're going to go in. Today I thought I would take you into the Parish Center. It's been really fixed up beautifully 2 years ago, but once COVID came, we hardly used it. And a lot of people have never been inside. So I thought we would meet Madeline today, Madeline Fretto, who takes care of our faith formation, and her secretary, Michele DeLorenzo. They're both great. You're going to love them. And we're going to go inside. We're going to meet them. And then maybe have a little walk around on the inside as well. Okay, so we have a lot to do this morning. So let's stay together. Follow the guy with the umbrella. Okay, that'd be me. This way. So here's the entrance. And isn't it wonderful that we have a little plaque that says, "Peace to all who enter here," and the year that this building was put on, 2019. Oftentimes, that particular phrase, which comes from the Old Testament, but it's often credit is given to St. Francis for that particular phrase. We would always say that. Peace to those who enter here. Okay, so we want to extend great peace to anybody who comes here. And we have young, and we have not so young, and all kinds of people who come here. And hopefully, once COVID is finished, we'll be using the building a lot more. But anyway, here's our wonderful entrance. And I'm going to show you that window when we get on the inside. You can't see it so much in the daytime, but it's lit up at night. It's a beautiful window. So come on in. I want to thank Tom Biggis for being our cameraman again this morning. Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome.
You're the best. So here we are in the kind of the gathering area of the new building. It's very spacious. We hope to be able to use it for quite a variety of things. We're still planning on what we can use this building for the best. But right now, it's good open space. And good open space is good to have for different little gatherings and welcoming, and so it's really a wonderful, wonderful space. And I'm really grateful to the people here at Immaculate for making this possible, because it's here and it's all paid for, so that's pretty wonderful. So let me just show you something here. This would bring us into the flicker room. Most of us are pretty familiar with the flicker room. But it used to be we had to walk outside to get to the flicker room, then walk outside to get back into the kitchen, into the bathrooms, but now it's all nicely enclosed. And I do want to show you this window. It's a beautiful window. It's over 100 years old, and it comes from a church in our diocese, further out in our diocese, closer to the Massachusetts border, so very west. And it's the Sacred Heart, and it was from the Church of the Sacred Heart. It was a very, very old little wooden church, and eventually it had to be torn down. It was not safe to be in the building. But the people of the parish kept most of the windows with the hope that they would build their church again. And it never came to be, because we know that churches are kind of consolidating now. We're not building so many churches anymore. We're kind of putting them together. A lot of people are moving to the south, so the church is getting a little smaller up in the north. But we were fortunate enough to have this window given to us, and it was a huge round window, and we ended up taking really the center of it, the Sacred Heart picture. So at night, there's a light on here, so outside he shines so beautifully, keeping his eyes on our property, on our campus, on our church. So it's a wonderful image, and the fact that it's so old and so many people prayed to this statue years ago, we're pretty fortunate to have it here in our own space. So that would bring us into the flicker room, and this here would be the continuation of the new building. I'd like to point out this to you too, though. This is just recently given to us. This is this image of Blessed Mother and the child Jesus and the Lamb. And this is all hand-stitched, all cross-stitched. And it was done by Johanna Nally, who is a wonderful longtime parishioner here. And we love her dearly. And she gave that to me. And I thought that should really be here, because more people will see it. Our church is named after Blessed Mother, so it's nice to have Blessed Mother here. And we've kind of created a Blessed Mother wall, which I'll show you. So we have a lot of images of Blessed Mother in this particular wing of the building. So we come over here. Again, here's another very old picture of the Madonna and Child, and it comes from Belgium. And it comes from Father Schweigart, who was pastor in Watervliet at St. What was the name of that big church?
Bridget?
No,
St. Bridget? No.
The one that they knocked down and made Price Chopper. St. Thomas, I think. I forgot. It doesn't matter. But anyway, Father Schweigart, being of German heritage, had a lot of beautiful artwork, and he gave us this particular piece. So it's very, very old, and it's actually very thin wood that is traced and carved out. So another beautiful piece for us here. This is a little sign that just kind of tells us if people are visiting, they know kind of where to go. We have the TV there that usually monitors anything that's taken place here. It's all up on the screen, but right now not much taking place, right, because of COVID, but hopefully that'll be lit up again soon, and people will know all the events that are taking place here at the church. So it's the hall is this way, the flicker room as we saw over there, our meeting rooms and classrooms, our restrooms and kitchen. All that's very nicely marked for us. Now we know where it is. We're inside now. We don't have to be outside to see that. And over here, this is, again, a rather older piece. It was in our church. It was in the first church, which was built back in the 50s, I believe. And this cross was there. And then afterwards, they put it into the new church. And it hung over the altar, but it looked so small because the church is so big. So we were fortunate enough. Remember the time I showed you the big crucifix from Holy Cross Church in the Stockade? That's in our church now, in much more appropriate size. But we didn't want to lose this. And so when we did this new addition, we put this cross from the original church right here, and how beautiful it is. Huh? It's something we can touch and actually kiss the feet of Jesus. So it's nice that it's a better size for this wall. And there's a little phrase here from Joshua, the book of Joshua, "As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." And that's what we hope to do here at Immaculate, huh? Always to serve the Lord the best way we can.
Julie said it was St. Patrick's. St. Patrick's.
Oh, thank you, Julie. Yes, that's right. St. Patrick's in Waterville. It was an enormous church, and now it's gone. Nothing lasts forever. Anyway, this is our Marian wall. These are some beautiful pictures. I don't know the names of them offhand. We should probably have little plaques there. Tom, that's your next assignment. Okay, this was given to us by Mr. and Mrs. Havasey. This is really a spectacular piece. If you ever have a chance to come in here and to look at that, it's just so beautiful. And they also gave us this one, which is a pencil drawing of Blessed Mother and Child Jesus. And Mary looks so young and so pretty. And the Haveseys also gave us this one. This one comes, I believe, from Japan. And it's Blessed Mother dressed in the emperor's clothes, which is something that you never see. Only the emperor would wear yellow and blue, but Mary is depicted as a Japanese woman in yellow and blue. This particular one is very old as well. I found this in the basement of St. Mary's Church in Clinton Heights, my parish before I came here. I was cleaning out the cellar and I found this. It's on gold leaf, it's wood, and it even has the halo. It's embossed over the Blessed Mother and over the angel. So a very old piece and quite lovely. This is Our Lady of Czestochowa, and this belonged to one of our parishioners, and she was from Poland. And this picture was in her home when she was a little girl, and she died as a very old woman and a very faithful woman. But she wanted us to have it, so I'm so proud to have it in here. It's a little rustic, but nonetheless, it just kind of shows how long it's been around and how many people pray to Our Lady of Czestochowa. It's a wonderful story. I'll tell you about that someday. This is another picture of Blessed Mother, and this is a little, they call a triptych. It's 3. It actually opens and closes, and it's, again, a very old piece that I found in a rectory somewhere along the line in my journey as a priest, and I thought it would fit here very well. And finally, there's this piece. Again, this piece goes back a long time. This was in the mother house of the Sisters of Providence in Holyoke, Massachusetts. And it just so happened my sister was a Sister of Providence for about 25 years. She gave 25 years of her life, good service to the church. And that building was tremendous. It's this big gold dome, but because of the lack of vocations, there weren't many sisters anymore. So the sisters ended up making their mother house a place for seniors, nice apartments, nice dining room. And my mother ended up living there. So my sister was there, my mom was there. And when they were auctioning off some of their pieces, because they had so much art, I was able to get this piece. Again, Blessed Mother and Child. And it's just a very old piece, but so much history. And how many people passed this by? How many sisters passed that by and probably asked Blessed Mother for prayers for that day? So all historical value to us, and we just love having the pictures of the Blessed Mother because she's our patroness and she's been really good to us. So let's go this way. I've been chatting a lot here, more than I intended to. And here we come into our, again, this is the original Faith Formation building. And it used to be outside, if you remember, but now, luckily, we're enclosed. We can go right that way to the parish hall, which we probably don't need to go into right now. But let's go meet Madeline Fretto and Michele DeLorenzo, who is her secretary, her assistant. Madeline has been with us for a long time. And it is delightful to be in her office. Come on in. we're going to go right into her office.
Hi, Father Jerry.
Hey!
Welcome to Faith Formation.
Well, Madeline, thanks a lot. Thanks for having us.
It's our pleasure.
I'm pretty safe without the mask because I have my shots. Did you get yours?
I had my
And
shots.
you had yours, and we're pretty far apart, so
Okay.
maybe you could take that off. And
Yeah, I
be
breathe a
easier
little
to hear.
better
Yeah, you
with
breathe
the
better.
mask off.
Okay,
Yes.
we're gonna. If you don't mind, we're gonna come into your office.
Sure. Welcome.
It's great to be here with you, and you have a very nice office.
I do.
And you've got a good view of the out there, right? What's
Yeah,
going on?
I do.
That's pretty good. So I think we're going to probably talk to you with Michele, if that's okay.
Okay, that's fine.
But before we go on, I just wanted to point out that picture. Can you tell us a little bit about that picture?
Well, this is a magical story, and actually, you introduced me to it. And so I wanted to share it with the children. It's an adventure story about a little fictional character. And we have the book and the DVD so that the children can enjoy it.
Yeah, it looks almost intriguing.
It
Like
is.
you want to get into that story.
It is, yes.
So
it is.
good. And then you have a little view of the courtyard too. And the courtyard's very pretty out there.
Yes, and the sun shines right through that window. It's very nice. And I think Mrs. DeLorenzo and I are considering having lunch out there some days.
Oh, that would be. Let me know.
Okay.
All right, we'll
Okay.
sit on the rock together.
Okay.
Okay, so very nice office.
Thank
Come on,
you.
Let's go. Let's see.
Okay.
We'll meet Michele. Michele? Oh, Michele. There she is in all her glory.
Father, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Good to see you. That's right. You got to keep your mask on because you haven't had your shots yet. So
I have an appointment.
Good.
I have not received them yet. So
yeah, and you just recently had some surgery too, so we want to be very, very careful with you.
I appreciate
Okay.
that. Thank you.
Yeah. Love your poppies.
Aren't they pretty?
Yeah.
Very nice.
So-
Everyone that walks in loves that comments on them and how pretty they are.
Oh, good.
So,
Good. So, Madeline, are you
Yes.
comfortable to remain standing?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah? Okay, I kind of chatted a lot over there in the hallway about the pictures of the Blessed Mother.
Yes.
So, anyway, how long have you been in your position here?
I've been here 25 years.
Wow.
25 years.
25
but I've
years.
been a member of Immaculate Conception Church for 55 years.
Wow.
50. So my children were all baptized here, made all their sacraments here, and went to the Faith Formation program, and they used to call it CCD.
Oh, CCD, yeah.
Yep. So, it's a big part of my heart and my life.
Sure. You're very loved here.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
love it here.
Yeah.
I love it here.
Yeah, you're a real part of the woodwork. And that's
Oh,
nice.
well, okay.
Sort of like me.
Okay.
Not 25, but getting there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, how many kids are in our Faith Formation program?
This year with COVID, we have 144, but normally we're close to 300.
Yeah. It's really down this year. Huh?
Yeah.
We're really going to lose a lot of continuity with the kids and where they're at in their religious formation.
Yeah.
So,
But I have to say that the parents that did join us this year were very involved. They were wonderful, coming every couple months to pick up the bags that Michele and I put together for the children. And so they seemed to be very happy with what we did this year.
oh, good. So you had virtual, and you had some kids coming into the building?
No, all virtual.
All virtual.
All virtual.
Yeah. And some of our teachers, I noticed, were in the classrooms actually teaching their
Yes.
kids. Yeah.
Yes. The majority of our teachers were in the classroom, and maybe four or five, depending on the weather, depending on what was going on with their jobs, they would teach remotely from home. And we would monitor the class from here and let the children in as they chimed in. So we were very nervous, but it really was a smooth transition.
Wow.
Thanks to our catechists who were willing to step up
I know,
and do it.
huh? Our
Yes.
volunteers, boy,
Yeah.
what would we do without them?
Yeah.
Those men and women who really
Wonderful.
sacrifice. Yeah,
Wonderful.
They really
Yeah.
sacrifice. Yeah. And now, Michele, how long have you been the assistant to Madeline?
12 years
12.
already.
Wow.
That's a long time. Wonderful, wonderful.
I have to talk to
We're
the microphone.
family.
They're
Wonderful
family.
development.
We're family.
And if they weren't family, they're still family.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Just a wonderful to be able to do what we did for the kids, and it was really like a family when the kids came in and we knew her. That it's
Yeah.
beautiful. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, we hope we can get back to that someday. You know,
Yeah,
we have our
yeah.
families come back. So yeah, that's great. So the two of you then have been running this program for 12 years together, but
Together.
you even longer than that, right?
Right, right.
And we had a lot of staff that has gone through
Yes.
over the years and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of great.
Yeah.
And also now with the three churches, it has made a lot more work for our office staff. So we're stealing Michele from you a little bit to work
yeah.
over at the rectory
Yep.
a few days a week, and she's a great help there. So we might be stealing her.
Okay.
So
Well,
we'll
it
see.
worked out this year because normally when we have the children in session, we're doing all kinds of projects so that the two of us are working during the day to prepare for the different projects and presentations that we do for the different grades. This year we couldn't do it.
Right.
The only thing we did get to do this year was the Santa Sweeties with Rachel Winters. But other than that,
What is that program?
that's the Santa Sweeties is when Rachel is our pastoral care associate, and she gives us names of the homebound or people who are in a nursing home, and all of the families give gifts that Rachel suggests, and we wrap them all up, and she delivers them to the recipients at Christmas time,
Oh, yeah.
so that everybody gets something for Christmas and knows that they're loved.
Yeah.
So we named it our Santa Sweeties
Oh, that's
because we
nice.
love them,
Yeah.
even though they're not here every week.
Yeah.
There
And
were
that's
cards, also personal
Yep.
cards to each resident, and the kids just got a wonderful feeling from it. And then the thank yous would come back from the stocking sweeties, and made everybody just very happy.
Yeah.
It's not just us. It's
yeah,
everybody.
and it's good that the children see the older people, right?
Right.
Because
Right.
they're so important
Yeah.
to our lives. You
Yeah.
know.
That's what we missed this year. We missed this year the everybody connecting,
Yeah.
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 But it's getting better.
It's getting better. Yeah.
Getting better every
right.
day.
The sun's out today, so that's
Yeah.
a good sign. Now we just had first reconciliation.
We did.
Right, so the sacrament of reconciliation we just had. We're going to have First Communion in just another week, right?
Next Saturday, May 8th.
This Saturday we have reconciliation for Our Lady of Grace and St. Joseph's here.
Right.
And then we'll have their First Communion and tonight's confirmation. So
I know.
a lot of sacraments
going on.
being celebrated.
Action. We're
Yeah,
getting action in
is
our
right,
church.
right.
It's nice.
And it's always nice to have the bishop too, huh? And
Yes,
the bishop
yes,
in our
it
midst.
is.
So
Yeah.
that's pretty good. So we're really grateful for your great service, and I think everybody I speak to loves the two of you. So, and I know
well, we love being here.
you're real
we
good
do.
figures for our kids. So, anyway, I was wondering if you could show us maybe the inside of the
Sure.
of the hallway, because we did a few little things
We
over
did.
the year.
We
and
did.
let's take a peek at that. Tom, can you come with us?
Certainly.
Okay.
Follow me. Well, maybe we should start with the kitchen because we did
Sure.
name our kitchen.
Okay, yeah.
yes.
That's right. All the rooms now have a name. Instead of room 6 or 5, it has a name. And we chose those names from the great saints. And I think the kids had something to choose with,
Yeah,
right?
yes, they did.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they voted for the
Yeah.
names.
Let's just check out the,
Okay, so this is St. Martha's kitchen.
Oh, how appropriate that is, huh? Martha and Mary.
Martha and Mary.
Martha
Yeah.
was in the kitchen complaining that she had to
Yeah,
do all
that's
the
right.
work, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's want to take a quick peek at the kitchen? 'Cause
Sure.
That's kind of
It's a beautiful
A
kitchen.
nice kitchen, yeah.
And it stayed nice and new this year because it wasn't used.
I know, it's hardly used, yeah. So yeah, this is our kitchen.
It's a great
And,
kitchen.
yeah, it's so different from what it used to be. Remember, it was so small, but now
Yes.
it's all up to code. The sinks and refrigerators and freezers and the big stove, and so it really functions well, and
Yeah.
we use it well.
A lot. We
Yeah.
used it for our bingo night. We used it for the father-daughter dance.
Right.
We
Father-daughter
use it for
dance.
little receptions. It's a wonderful.
The bake sales too.
Oh, the
that
bake
use
sale.
it to
We used to
prepare.
always use it for the bake
Right.
sale.
So the kids really got a lot of use out of it, and
Absolutely.
the adults did too. With
Yes.
different dinners that we had and
Yeah.
gatherings, and
It's a
and actually
beautiful-
now we even use the hall as an overflow for people who are coming to Mass. People are coming back to Mass. So
yeah.
we can't can't fill it up like we used to, but at least now we can come into
More
the hall.
people can
Yeah.
join us. Yes.
So, I don't know if we named the hall.
I think we were talking about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We could name it the Madeline and Michele Hall.
We could do that, and you could donate a big chunk of your income for the name.
I'll speak to my person.
Yeah, you speak to your person. All right, Tom, we're going to go this way. I think we're running pretty close to time here.
Okay.
And so it's such a pleasant building.
It's a wonderful building.
Yeah,
It's a wonderful building. Yeah.
Chris Belrose does a great job keeping it up for us. And a lot of Boy Scout information
Yeah.
here, right? And
Yeah.
Knights of Columbus.
We
and-
got these are all these are all the awards for faith formation for donating to St. Jude that the parents gave all kinds of gifts to the children at St. Jude's Hospital, and we got the awards from
Wow.
St. Jude's.
Oh, that's a wonderful ministry,
Isn't
huh?
that?
St.
Yeah.
Jude's. Yeah. So okay, so oh, there they are.
Yeah.
The lights. The lights kind of are
Yeah, they go
automatic.
on.
I think it's you, Madeline. Okay, so this is
Light up your life.
this is our library, and it's also a big meeting hall, and it's the Venerable Father McGivney. And what is that about?
I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you.
Okay.
He is the one who started the Knights of Columbus.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's a venerable, and they hope that someday he'll become a saint.
Isn't he a blessed now?
He's blessed, yeah, that's right. He's blessed, so that's already out of date.
Well, I should have
Yeah.
known that because that's St. That's the Knights of Columbus.
So the Knights of Columbus
Okay.
use that room a lot as well, and he's an American man, Michael McGivney, but really a man who helped people, especially the immigrants that came over, get jobs and insurance and good wages, and he was a
That
miracle
would be
man.
wonderful.
So are these Father Jerry's sports trophies up there?
Yes, they
Yeah,
are.
yeah, that's
Yes.
my basketball,
Yeah.
and this is my basket weaving, and I never got a trophy in my whole life. I never got a trophy.
Big one.
I'll take the big one. So room number 1, and this is which one, Michelle?
St. Teresa.
Saint Teresa.
Saint Teresa of Calcutta,
Yes.
right? And again, a tremendous saint and a good model, not only for the young, but for all of us as well, to take care of our neighbor and to be generous with our time, our talent, our treasure. And even those who are most despicable, Saint Teresa of Calcutta went out to them because they're made in the image and likeness of God. So she knew that to be true. So she cared for everybody. So our classrooms too are quite nice. They're large classrooms. Remember a few years ago we had a lot of our dads come in and painted all the classrooms and just great.
They're bright and cheery.
Yeah,
They really are.
Yeah, and just great participation from our parents, in the life of the church.
Have a beautiful community here.
And then St. Michael the Archangel. This room is an interesting room. It doesn't have any windows, but we use it a lot, huh? And especially for the Rainbow?
The Rainbow.
What is the Rainbow group?
The Rainbow is a program for our developmentally disabled children, and it's run by, for years, Kathy Terwilliger and Bernice Ormsby.
Right.
And they do a wonderful job, and they also prepare the children for their sacraments. So they're totally integrated into our program with a little extra special care.
Yeah, some special kids, and they're special kids. They're wonderful.
They're wonderful.
Yeah, they're beautiful. So we move on, and this one here is kind of close to my heart, St. Francis of Assisi room. In my Franciscan years, I follower of St. Francis. He's always remained special to me.
Yeah.
So that's a nice room. A few years ago, we cut some of the rooms in half, right? Because we were bulging at the seams, and the classrooms were so big that we decided we'd try to make 2 out of 1, and it worked pretty well. Huh, for the
It
most
works
part?
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So-
So it's room 5 and 5A and 7 and 7A.
Right. So this one here is Pope St. John Paul II, and great saint.
Yes.
St. Kateri Tekakwitha, or some would say Kateri, if my sister's watching. And she too is, local,
Yes,
up
yes.
Up north a little bit. And so it's nice to have a local saint
Yeah.
in our midst, okay? Saint Teresa of Lisieux, the little flower.
The little flower.
Who died at
Yes.
a young age, is a nice model for our kids as well.
Younger girls, yeah.
Yeah, purity and.
This is one of the rooms that were.
Oh, right. So this is our room.
Yeah.
This is a big classroom, kind of cut in half, and so right now everything is socially distant.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
normally there's nice round tables, and we
Yeah.
can fit 12 children
Yeah, easily.
in the room, so
Yep.
it works.
Yeah. And this one here, let's see. Oh, look at
Oh,
that.
who is that?
How did Saint Jerome get into this mix? My patron, right?
Yes,
I'm fortunate for
yes.
that. And what's interesting too is that if anybody was blind, they could come and they could find Saint
The
Jerome room because it's right here in Braille. So it's kind of really current, up
Yeah.
to date. And then, who's
Joan
that?
of Arc.
Saint Joan of Arc, right? Again, another courageous woman, huh?
You bet.
Who went to the fire for her faith. So a good model and example for all of us. And then finally, St. Anthony,
Saint
right?
Anthony.
Whenever you lose your keys or you lose
Yeah.
something, you pray to St. Anthony.
Pray to
right?
St. Anthony.
Again,
My aunt used to sing to St. Anthony.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Oh, can you sing it for us?
No.
Yeah, so St. Anthony, again, a follower of St. Francis, right? Wonderful. When I was in the seminary, St. Francis was a beautiful statue. Is St. Francis and St. Anthony. And St. Francis was coming out of the chapel, and St. Francis was coming out of the chapel. St. Anthony was coming out of the library. They were across from each other, and they embraced.
Oh.
So it's a beautiful image of prayer and study. The Word of God. We have to study that. So Francis and Anthony did that, and so having Anthony here is kind of a good thing because a lot of education
Right.
takes place here.
Right.
So. And then, is there a name on that one? Yes, there is. Yeah, that's the St. Joseph room.
St. Joseph.
Yeah. And now we kind of use that as our music room as well. I
Right.
don't know we have to go there all the same, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Why don't we go through so that we can see how the flicker.
Oh,
room
sure.
goes?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah, because the-
nice.
A lot of activity
Nice
in
continuity
our flicker
here.
room too. Yeah.
So here's the music room. And we have a lot of pianos.
Yeah.
A lot of little baby grand pianos. We're very fortunate for that.
We are.
Yeah. And then we come into our flicker room. And this room, again, this gets a lot of room, a lot of business.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Sometimes for faith formation, sometimes for meetings, things that aren't so big that you don't need the hall. This is a great room. And the statue of Blessed Mother and Saint Joseph, they come from Holy Cross Church in the Stockade, where we got the big crucifix in the church.
Yeah.
I hated to see them destroyed because they're old and
Yeah.
they're beautiful images for us.
They are beautiful.
And I think the kids need to see that. Kids
Yep.
learn from seeing. So there. So now, if we go this way, we can see that we make the whole circle around the building. So the bathrooms and the kitchen become really quite central,
Yes.
and which is a nice piece, And, so here we are back.
Here we are.
Yeah,
This is a beautiful new area too.
yeah, this is great, isn't it? Yeah, it's a good spot. So, well, we're really grateful to the two of you because there's nothing like teaching the young.
No.
Because
No.
that's their first impressions of the church and those who teach in the church. And I think you have such a motherly affection for those kids that
We do.
and I think they see Jesus in you, and that's kind of what we want to be ourselves for everybody. But I think the two of you especially have done that with our little ones. So thanks very much,
Thank
and
you, Father.
thank you for letting
Thank
us
you.
take some of your time today. Tom, thank you. I think we went
Thank
a
you,
little bit
Tom.
longer than usual. Not too bad though. And anyway, for all of you who are home. Please know that we're always happy to have you here at Immaculate, St. Joseph's, or Our Lady of Grace. And just remember, please, that I love you dearly. Thanks for being with us. Hope we'll see you soon. Bye for now.